The final work in tonight's promenade concert is Beethoven's Große Fuge. The Grosse Fuge was written when Beethoven was 55, just 2 years before he died, and was originally planned as the last movement of the great string quartet in B-flat, opus 130. But in view of its immense scale, Beethoven detached it and wrote another ending. The version we're going to hear tonight is not the original, but an arrangement made for string orchestra. And at rehearsals today, I asked Neville Marriner why this was.
I think it's always been considered rather a grotesque piece. I think Tovey said it was grotesque, uncouth and unplayable, but I think he was only quoting to prove a point. In fact, when Beethoven wrote it, it was for the last movement of opus 130.
Yes.
And it was rejected by the players and the publisher as being unsuitable. I think it's because it's tremendously taxing at the end of a program, physically taxing, technically enormously difficult, and musically it was perhaps a rock among rather delicate flowers in the other movements of the quartet.
It isn't so much a fugue, a continuous fugue really, as a set of fugue variations really, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I think perhaps Beethoven was the first person, in fact I'm sure he was, to introduce a poetic element into fugue. Bach never changed the tempo at all. Of his fugues, they go from beginning to end in tempo. Beethoven was the first composer to fantasize this sort of music. And so you have the basic elements of the fugue. He states the theme. He then has this rather awkward counter subject, the leaping one. And then there are other musical ideas which compete for importance throughout. But there are about 5 adventures in fugal form within the whole work.